Hey guys, Mark here from the Third Models with our first installment of our build-up video series. Today I figured I'd start with the 1/48th Planet of the Apes spaceships that I'm building for a client. These Apes spaceships are based off the 20th Century Fox Planet of the Apes series, the original films, and this current one that I am doing is the original ship seen in the first Planet of the Apes film. It was designed by William Creeber, the same man who brought us the Flying Sub, the modifications to the Sea View in the second season of Voyage, and it's a pretty cool design. I personally like the ship. For the sake of argument, we'll call it the ICARUS. Anyone who knows anything about Greek mythology will realize that that's a pretty, I wouldn't name it the ICARUS. It's kind of like naming a spaceship the Titanic. But just for the sake of argument, so we're all on the same page, we'll continue to call it Icarus. It was never really called that in the film. The closest it had to a name, official name, was Liberty 1. But like I said, for sake of argument, we'll just call it the Icarus. Anyhow, this kit, the client requested a specific number of modifications to it. One of them being that the floor directly below the escape hatch was incorrect as is, and I had to completely rebuild the area under the red escape hatch so the escape hatch would be able to land flat and open up to use the escape hatch. It was too narrow, and the client was one of those things the client definitely wanted done on this particular build. The other thing he wanted was opening hatches. This is the rear part of the ship, and the hatch opens. It's actually this way. It'll go on, and the hatch. I fashioned a hinge for the escape hatch to open, for the rear hatch to open. This will be permanently attached. Initially, it was supposed to, with via magnets here and here, we're supposed to attach to the rear bulkhead of the ship, but both the client and myself deemed that too dangerous for the delicate nature of this model. We don't want things falling off and falling apart, so this is going to be permanently attached. I think it's for the best, and the client readily agreed. You could see that I've started working on the exterior part of the ship. I've attached the wings and the winglets, and a lot of sanding and seam filling needs to be done in order to give it a nice cohesive look. I've airbrushed the green, but that's going to be masked off, and there's the white and the decals, of course, attached once. There's another nasty seam that's going to have to go. That'll be obliterated and look really nice when I'm done with it, as the seams here. You can see the wires coming out of the rear of the ship. I haven't quite figured out how to make this an ideal presentation for the client. We're going to have it attached to the base that was supplied with the kit, and then on a wooden base that the client will display in his display cabinet. I'm going to clean this up a little bit, so hopefully it'll all come out one area and be kind of hidden. And that way it doesn't look like the spaghetti mess that we're looking at right here. One of the other things I did was the lighting for this kit is excellent, and you can see how thin the threads are. It's very fragile, and if there's a tear, it's almost impossible to repair it. But I had taken this based on my judgment, and the client agreed. I had moved these lighting. You see, there's two holes. 4 holes here for lights, presumably. I had moved the lights further towards the rear of the ship to light the rear of the ship, because in actuality there should be 6 lights for the ceiling, and we have 4, which is not a big deal, but we want to try and capture the look of the actual filming set. And of course the client, we're dealing with a 1/48 scale model. This isn't a Hollywood set, so we need to make compromises and move forward accordingly. The unique attachment of this is via magnets, which once they make contact will light the rear of the model, as you could see. And you could see that I like the effect. I explained this to the client that now he can, otherwise if I had moved the lights further where they were supposed to be, the whole rear part of the cabin would not be lit, and that's why I moved them. I think it looks better because you have the control consoles up front. They're going to light the front of the cabin, and that's what we want. I think this is going to be, once this is done, he's going to be very happy with it. Of course, it's going to, it needs a little bit of TLC. It is resin, and it's a great kit. We have lighting here in the escape tunnel. The main this escape hatch area pops off, and you can get inside there and look in the escape tunnel for the lighting inside to see where they climb out. This is the atmospheric processor. The client wanted this too, and via just pushing this little button up, it comes up out of the model. The client wanted that, and we've got that installed. I'm also working on the escape from the Planet of the Apes ship at the same time, and one of the big requirements for this, of course, you can see this is all going to be gone. For all you eagle-eye rivet counters out there, this is all going to be gone. This has just been the green has just been applied. This will be masked off quite naturally, and then the white will be applied over top. But one of the big features was the client wanted this this hatch to open. And I've rigged a special mechanism where the hatch will stay open via a hatch support mechanism inside, so the client can open the hatch and close it, and that was one of the requirements or stipulations in that. But I'll update with these builds with more video and photography, so you guys can see what I'm doing. The modifications aren't for the faint of heart, as I said in a couple forums. This is a great kit. It's probably the best, or the best we'll ever get. I don't see any other interest in other model companies producing this, which is sad because it is one of the nicest designs to come out of the 60s. But having said that, Crow's Nest has done a great job. I personally love this this build. I love this ship, and we're going to make this a museum piece for our client here.